There are times when life just feels heavy. Your emotions get the best of you. Your nervous system just feels completely fried and depleted. You're tired, you're moody, and you just can't get out of the funk. So today I want to share something that's not fully science backed, but when you put it into practice, you can feel the effects. And for that reason, it is health habit approved. The idea is the 90-second rule. And this 90-second rule was developed by a neuroscientist named Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor. And the concept is that it takes about 90 seconds for an emotion, the chemical surges of an emotion, to process through the body, to flow through the body. And her idea was that after that 90-second window, you have the choice to either continue ruminating or holding on to that feeling or that thought and re-triggering the emotion, or you can let it go. And quick aside, during my yoga classes, while I'm guiding people through meditations, I keep finding myself sharing this concept of allowing. What are you allowing to live in your body? What are you allowing to live and persist in your life? So much of our felt sense as humans is what we choose to allow. What are we holding? And so this 90-second rule is giving you so much more control over your emotions, because it's telling you you can feel it and let it go, or you can feel it and then decide to keep feeling it on repeat. And although at this point the science is showing like emotions are way more complicated than just a 90-second rule, but when you put this into practice, when you are feeling something negative, and instead of telling yourself, oh, this is bad, I have to turn it off, I have to stop it, why am I thinking this, and getting in that cycle, let yourself feel it. You can literally put on a 90-second timer if you want. I've definitely done this. 90 seconds. Feel that emotion. Literally intensify it. Feel it as fully, consciously build it and really feel it. Sob if you need to. Just feel it as deep as you can for those 90 seconds. And when that 90 seconds concludes, just breathe. Just let it go. Allow it to fade. Now, personally, I would pair this with movement. Not any movement in particular, intuitive movement. So feel whatever emotion is coming up as deeply, as strongly as you possibly can for 90 seconds, and then allow yourself to move, rock, sway, do a little bit of yoga, get up and shake your body, let yourself move in strange ways, whatever feels good in your body. That is intuitive movement. It is so very healing. Science does show that movement helps with emotional processing. Somatic practices, those movement-based practices that cause sensations in the body that we can focus on. Focusing on those sensations, that gentle movement, that shaking, that dancing, that wobbly swaying, whatever happens for you. The movement does support emotional regulation. So take this 90-second rule, pair it with a little bit of gentle movement, and then just sit with yourself. Just breathe and just notice how your body feels. And if you want to take this a third layer deeper, when I personally am feeling like intense emotions, especially if those emotions keep coming up and I'm just having a hard time letting go, do the 90 seconds. Do a little bit of movement. Sit with yourself for a moment. And then the third layer is to pair it with herbs. There are so many healing compounds in herbs because the plants themselves are living beings. they have their own experiences because they are full-blown organisms. So they produce all of these different compounds for their own purposes. And when we intake that medicine, those compounds affect our bodies as well. That's why we call them bioactive compounds. And every plant evolves a slightly different way. So there are certain plants that are particularly helpful in instances like this, in instances where you have a heavy emotion that you need to process, a nervous system that just feels fried and depleted, a mind that just won't stop racing. There are herbs that have compounds that communicate with the body in such a way that it calms the nervous system, that it settles the mind, that it just takes our energy down a notch, helps us feel calm. Those herbs are nervines, they're adaptogens, they're hypnotics, they're sedatives, and they all can be used to ground us back into ourselves, to give us that reset that we need. I have personally crafted 2 tea blends specifically for instances like this because I'm human and I've needed that medicine time and time again. So I made it. I perfected it. I sat with it. I've used it. And so many other people have used them now too. My body-mind blend is absolutely unmatched in its ability to just snap you back into yourself. Not in an aggressive way. That sounded a little bit aggressive. But like just in this heavy sinking, this like deep sink into yourself. I crafted it as a pre-meditation blend, but I use it in so many different instances now. And especially when I've gone through the process that I've outlined in this episode. And then I have my Just Chill and Smile blend, full of classically uplifting herbs. This one, to tell you a little story, I had somebody come up to my stand at an in-person event, and she was looking at the Just Chill and Smile blend. And she looked at me, and there were like almost tears in her eyes. She says, "I know this tea. I've been drinking this tea." And she told me a story about how she had recently had a miscarriage and she had no support really in her life, but her mom had just recently bought her my tea, Just Chill and Smile. And that was her primary support. And it helped her to heal through that process. It gave her that little bit of sunshine, that little hug that she needed to hold on to her spirit in that hard time. Herbs are so very powerful because it's not just the compounds. You can also work directly with the energy of the plant. I personally believe that these plants not only produce those compounds for themselves, for their own survival, but also to share with other organisms. And you might be thinking, wow, Maria, I thought this was a science podcast. This is getting a little bit abstract. But what I have found, the deeper that I've gotten into the science, the deeper I've gone into trying to find like the most healing practices, the most healing systems in the world, is that it is so much deeper than we realize. So yes, I believe that the plants are truly trying to share things with us. And for that reason, I've also crafted flower essences, a completely energetic remedy. When you make a flower essence, you're not trying to capture the medicinal compounds that you are with teas and alcohol-based tinctures and herbal-infused oils. You are working directly with the spirit of the plant. You're trying to capture its energy, its spirit, its quintessence in the flower essence. And then when you take the drops of that flower essence on your tongue, when you take it in tea, when you take it in your daily smoothie, you're asking that plant to share its wisdom with you. And flower essences can be so helpful in moments like this. After you've gone through a process of releasing an emotion, releasing a thought from your brain, from your body, or even if you don't even have time to do any of those practices, if you feel like you just can't in that moment, usually you can at least take a drop of flower essence on your tongue. And although this might seem very abstract and woo-woo, I've listened to people give me such incredible feedback time and time again. These remedies consistently surprise me. No matter how many years I use them, it still surprises me, the magic of herbs. So herbal teas, flower essences are just the beautiful icing on the cake for this not fully science-backed approach to emotions and stress, to the intensity that is the human experience. As a full recap, if you have something, a thought or a feeling, an emotion that you are trying to let go of, that you are ready to allow to pass, start by giving yourself permission to feel it for 90 seconds. Feel it as fully, as completely as you can. Surrender to the feeling as much as you can. And after that 90 seconds, just breathe. Just breathe. Give yourself a few moments to just sit, to process it, and to let yourself just move intuitively, however your body wants. And then when you are ready, brew up a cup of tea, especially a nervine, something calming like tulsi or lavender, chamomile, lemon balm, and just let the tea settle within you. And if you don't have tea, a tincture will do. A flower essence would be beautiful. And even if it's not a medicinal tea, literally just having tea, such a great practice. And by the end of that, those 3 steps, I can almost guarantee you're going to feel better. So here we are, my friends. The end of another Health Habit Podcast episode. You never really know what you're going to get on the Health Habit Podcast. Are you going to learn about tea, somatic practices? Are we going to get super sciencey and talk about the nitty-gritty aspects of sleep and brain health and circadian rhythms? But there is a reason for it. Our wellness is so much more than just nutrition or just liver health or just hormone balance. We are a huge system full of other mini systems. We're so complicated. We have minds that form thoughts and experience emotions. Like, there is so much going on within human beings. So if you are only thinking about the physical, you are doing yourself a disservice. That's why so many people will strive so hard for absolute health and wellness. They just want to be these vital beings, and they're taking the supplements and they're doing the biohacking, but they still feel like something is missing. What's missing is the stillness, the presence, the connection to yourself. It's the emotional regulation skills. It's the de-stressing. It's the mind-body connection. It's the somatic practices. It's the things that make us feel alive. So if that is what your wellness journey has been missing, then I invite you to join me inside Wellness Consistency Coaching. Go to thehealthhabit.net/let's do this. thehealthhabit.net/let's do this. And on that note, I will send you off with so much love and herbal tea. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.